I'm Samantha.
I'm Cassie, and for our video blog, we decided to do book 3, the chapters on sexual morality and forgiveness. So,
Okay. So in Bible, biological purpose of having sex is to produce children, and offspring and children, but in spiritual definition is having sex is to physically becoming one flesh. You also that means you also commit being committed to the person that you like.
you love.
You love.
You shouldn't be having sex if you just like them. That's not going to work. Okay, so, yeah.
Oh, okay. But this, as like the time has changed, like the society's perception of having sex has changed also. So like back in the 1800s, it was so like everything was so conservative that even like the book from the Scarlet Letter, like when you have an adultery, it was considered as a big deal. But then now, like, it's not a big deal. Even like the soap operas or the TV shows we watch, like they portray
like the Jersey Shore.
They portray having sex as just like you're having a snack or something.
Yeah. I like that, having a snack. Yeah. So society has definitely twisted the mentality of that, and because it's been so twisted, people tend to go in excess with it. You know, we have instincts. It's just human instincts. You have these feelings, but as it progresses, because it will, as it progresses, you can't be acting on those feelings all the time. It's just like, you know, when you're hungry, you need to eat. But if you just eat because you're bored, like you're gonna tend to overeat. So it's just like sex. You can't just do it because you feel like it. You have to, because then it's gonna become a problem. You know, so the instincts aren't bad because God put those instincts in us. It's not bad, but you just need to know when is right and when it's wrong. And what I found out, I think I heard it last year. This guy had come to Purity Week, and he told us a story about his first time. And he didn't go into all the details, but he just said that, you know, that he's only been with one person, which was that girl, and he's not married or anything. But he felt a union with her. And he said that when he slept with her, he gave a piece of his heart to her. And he also said that the thing that hurt him the most was knowing that when he would eventually get married, he wouldn't be able to give his full heart to his future wife just because of that one time that he so regretted. So it's just something to think about. You know, that the decisions that you make now will affect you later, whether you realize it or not. Like, you might be over that person in a day or two, but you're still, something deep inside is still committed. So it's just something to think about.
And Christianity teaches marriage is meant to be for life. So you shouldn't just like someone and have sex. You should that's hard thing too, like just finding that someone that you're gonna be really happy with, and that's someone who's gonna love you forever. So like being in love is kind of like a fake, because if you're being in love, you are like a blind.
It's just a feeling.
You can't make a right decision. You can't because you don't see at the time that he's not truly loving you. He or she is just faking that you or the other person is in love.
But you may be in love, like you should be in love with that person, but as it progresses, it should go deeper, because it's not going to always be that in love feeling.
So that's why, like, when you're in a relationship, you shouldn't make too many promises, because being in love makes you promise more things that you cannot keep. So
Like being in love makes you promise it, and just loving them makes you keep that promise. So that's something too. And
I think that and C.S. Lewis says like the love is not just a feeling, but it is a deep unity, and that kind of like overlaps with what we were just talking about. So it shouldn't just be being in love, but it has to be a deeper relationship with someone that you really like or love.
Yep. So that's that. Okay. So for forgiveness, this is probably the most difficult thing to do, because
Definitely.
you have to forgive not only people that you like, but people that you don't like. So I have a Bible verse, Mark 11:25. It says, "And when you stand praying, if you hold anything against anyone, forgive him, so that your Father in heaven may forgive you your sins." So what's that saying? It is saying that if you don't forgive other people, you will not be forgiven, which is kind of scary, because you got to get forgiven to go to heaven.
Yeah.
So just forgive other people. As hard as it is, you got to forgive your enemy, and
like just forgiving takes courage. I think that makes it much harder.
Yeah. But when you, like, if you're in a fight with someone, if you apologize first, if you forgive them first, you're the bigger person. So what's the thing that your mom always tells you?
Like whenever I used to fight with my friends, she would like just tell me like apologize first to my friends, because that makes you a bigger person, and like by apologizing you just won. So like that's what my mom says all the time whenever I fight with my friends.
And slow down. We find ourselves, as much as we hate our own sin, we find ourselves being able to forgive ourselves of the sins that we commit. So if we can forgive ourselves, we need to forgive other people, because the Bible also says that you need to do unto others as you would do unto yourself. So it's not just like, oh, I'm going to hit Sam. Like, don't hit Sam because I wouldn't hit myself. It's like you need to forgive other people as well.
And the Bible also says, like, you shall love your neighbors, and that neighbor includes your enemy too. So, by being that said, you shouldn't make an exception to yourself, and just like try to be really generous to others.
And then also, forgiveness is, like we said, it's not easy to do, but
you try harder. I mean, the first time it's hard, but then like second and third time, as you forgive more, I think it becomes easier.
Yeah, that's what C.S. Lewis said. He's like, if you can forgive small things, like just beginning by small things, you can like build yourself up to forgiving bigger things.
Yeah.
So
it definitely takes courage, and it's definitely hard.
It's hard, but something that's needed. So
because as you grow, like you're gonna have to forgive more people, and then that means you're maturing.
So yeah, that was our little
talk about forgiveness,
new Christianity. Yeah, that was what we thought of it. So
thank you for listening.
Thanks, Mr. White.